Hey guys, this is Dr. Hub. In case you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe for updates. Rate determining enzymes and they are key regulators. So what does this include? So first is we look at glycolysis. So glycolysis, the enzyme is the PFK, that is the phosphoroctokinase 1. And the regulators, it includes the AMP+. Next is the fructose 2 biphosphate, 2,6 bisphosphate. Next is the ATP and the citrate. Now we move on to the gluconeogenesis. Gluconeogenesis, the enzyme is the fructose 1,6 bisphosphate. The enzyme regulators, it includes the ATP plus, acetylcholine plus, then ATP, acetylcholine, acetyl-CoA, AMP, fructose biphosphate. Next is we move on to the Krebs cycle, and the enzyme is the isocitrate dehydrogenase. The regulating factors is the ATP, the NADH minus. Then we move on to the gluconeogenesis. Gluconeogenesis, the enzyme is the GS, glycogen synthase. Glycogenesis is glycogen synthase. Then the regulating factors is galactose 6-phosphate, that is G6P, glucose 6-phosphate, insulin, cortisol, epinephrine and glucagon. Epinephrine and the glucagon. Next is glycogenolysis. Glycogenolysis is glycogen phosphorylase. The regulating factors is epinephrine, glycogen or AMP and glucose 6-phosphate. Then comes the ATP. Next we'll move on to the HMP shunt. The enzyme included is glucose 6-phosphate and dehydrogenase. Next is the regulating factors is NADP plus, NADPH minus. Then the de novo pyrimidine synthesis, de novo pyrimidine synthesis. This includes the carbamoyl phosphate synthetase 2. So this includes the ATP and the UTP. Then is the de novo purine synthesis. This includes the glutamine, phosphoribosyl pyrophosphate, amido transferase. So this includes the AMP, IMP as well as the GMP. Then urea cycle, it is by the carbamyl phosphate synthase 1, CPS1, and the regulator is by the N-acetyl glutamate, the NAG+. Then comes the fatty acid synthesis. Fatty acid synthesis is by the acetyl-CoA carboxylase, and this is by the insulin being positive, the citrate is positive, the glucagon, and then the palmitoyl-CoA. Then comes the fatty acid synthesis. This includes acetyl-CoA carboxylase, that is the insulin plus citrate plus the glucagon, palmitoyl-CoA. Next is the fatty acid oxidation. That includes the carnitine acyl transferase, and this is one. The fatty acid oxidation, carnitine acyl transferase, and here the regulating factors is the malonyl-CoA, MC. Next is we have the cholesterol synthesis. So here in cholesterol synthesis, it includes the Hmge-CoA reductase, and the regulating factors includes insulin plus the thyroxine plus, and comes the glucagon as well as the cholesterol. Then comes the ketogenesis. The factors is the Hmge-CoA synthase. To learn and grow daily like this, please do subscribe. you.